Something told me to watch AEW yesterday. Now, obviously, I had knew that Darby was going to be fighting for the world championship, but the emotion in the beginning of the show, because he was in his home state of Washington, and the guy just got a major, well, not major, but like a decent little pop, and he came out there with the emotion crying, and MJF is like the perfect villain, and yeah, obviously those two have history. They're two of the four pillars in AEW. It was just poetic, and you couldn't ask for any better. What's good, y'all? It's your boy Rich, and I'm back with another video. And today, this is a special one because yesterday something happened that I will be remembering for the rest of time. Well, especially in an AEW sense, because I don't really watch their show often. Today, we will be talking about Darby Allin beating MJF for the AEW World Championship. Now, Darby Allin, he's obviously one of AEW's originals. He was never really in the conversation to ever win the AEW World Championship. He's fought for it 3 other times against Chris Jericho, Cody Rhodes, in the Pillars 4-way match at Double or Nothing about 3 years ago. And he was never once again in the conversation to ever be considered even close to that level, and it's not even because he's a good wrestler. It's because mainly he is somebody who does not necessarily need that rub, especially as a guy who is more storyline focused and more risk taking focused. You see all the crazy shit that he does when it comes to the crazy flips, the crazy spots, just going through glass and just doing things that, you would think, why is this guy living his life like it's fucking meaningless? Like, these are like movie stunts that people aren't allowed to do in Hollywood. That's the type of guy that Darby Allin is. And if y'all don't know, he was once a skateboarder. One time he was, I think he was also an actor. And well, that doesn't really matter. I'm just like kind of giving y'all a little bit of a backstory, but just know that this guy is a bit of a risk taker, and he will do anything to keep you guys entertained. And he's done a lot of things that not only made me entertained, but question this guy's like sanity. I don't think this guy is like all the way there as like a talent, because I just always assumed climbing Mount Everest. Like, are we serious? Like, climbing Mount Everest is not something that you could just say you're gonna do and then just get up in the morning, suit up and do it. Like, that is something that takes like mental and physical preparation. This guy did that shit and put the AEW flag down there. Darby Allin is dedication personified. He is not something that you should just underestimate. Like, I'm trying to find the correct words, but I can't. Darby Allin, I'm super proud of him. This was his moment, and I felt like all the layers that led up to this AEW World Championship match, they were just all the way there. From the beginning where MJF wasn't prepared, and the promo where Darby Allin was crying, and him saying that he's done everything for AEW, and if he's not ready to be the AEW World Champion now, he never will be. The history with MJF with the headlock takeover and stuff. If you know, you know. All the wrestlers supporting him. Sting being there. If y'all don't know, Sting is Darby's mentor. Like, there was just so many layers that led to this match just being as perfect. Well, it wasn't perfect. MJF got squashed, but it led to the story just being there. And who really gives a shit about like a whole 30-minute match? Like MJF had just wrestled damn near an hour versus Kenny Omega at Dynasty. Like, who really cared? Now, I do understand a lot of people are complaining about this, as they always are. It's the wrestling community. You never really satisfy them. They're pretty fickle. But I like this because this is something where it's like it was long overdue, especially beating a guy like MJF, because we didn't know when he was going to lose that championship. And everybody had my face like kind of down packed when it came to Darby winning this championship. I mean, I'll try to put screenshots on here, but people were extra excited and just shocked, because Darby, he's not really some, like I said at the beginning of the video, he's not somebody who I would consider like on the main event level. Like, I mean, his talent is there, but he's not somebody who I would look at and see like that's world championship material. Like, he's just not. He's not that to me. Well, in that sense of me looking at him in the past and seeing, his everything he's accomplished, he's not somebody who I would look at as somebody who actually cares about the main event scene as much as people would want him to. Now, to answer the question, what does this mean for the future of AEW? Now, obviously, we know MJF is a big draw for AEW, mic skills, in-ring skills. Like, he is perfection personified in AEW, and he is everything that AEW needs. And him not being world champion might be a detriment to the company, who knows? But let's talk about the positives and what we could possibly get from a Darby Allin being the world champion. Like I said, Darby Allin is a big risk taker, and this man will do anything, and I mean anything, even risk his life climbing Mount Everest, jumping off ladders and hitting glass like he did in Sting's retirement match. Gets speared out of his boots by Clark Connors on the apron, I think that's what it was. Like, this guy he's absolutely insane. And if he's willing to do that just by his love for AEW, imagine what he's going to do to keep that world championship. Because you have to be willing to go through hell and high water to keep a championship in pro wrestling, period. And Darby Allin will exceed that limit in so many ways. Now, I don't know how long this reign is going to be, but I do understand that Darby will give it his all in every single match, even if it's not for the championship. And now that Darby is created to be this new face of AEW, there's a lot more doors of opportunities and rivalries. As a storyline fixated guy like Darby Allin, he's going to try to make the best out of rivalries with Brody King now. He can have that rematch with Andrade. He's definitely going to have a rematch with MJF. He could possibly do a Tommaso Ciampa, who was also a great storyteller. There are so many windows of opportunity there where we don't really know what's going to happen. He could help Hangman do his redemption thing. Like, again, there are so many things that go into this, and I'm just as excited as everybody else is. Now, Darby Allin may not be the same, like, have the same draw or star power as a MJF, as a Hangman Page, as a Swerve Strickland, or like a few names in there. Like, he doesn't have the same star power as those guys, but he is definitely willing to risk a lot more than those guys. He is definitely willing to have the wherewithal a lot more than those guys. So just be on the lookout, and mark my words, this will be a great title run if AEW allows that. But that's it for this video. I just wanted to kind of give my take about everything when it comes to Darby Allin and, him winning the world championship. I thought it was pretty poetic, especially with the headlock takeover finish, because that was just the icing on the cake when it came to perfection in this whole thing. But yeah, thank you guys. Appreciate it for watching this video. I rarely even talk about AEW, but this is a good video to talk about it because something told me to watch AEW last night. But I love you guys. I will be doing my predictions video next for night 2 of WrestleMania, and I will be streaming tomorrow. Thank you guys. I love you, and yeah, peace.